Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do begin, let's give a brief little review. In the last part, a number of things have happened. Now, we had Deku and his crew. His crew handled things on Skypiea, where Enel and his priest were taken down, and Bakugo killed the man. Now, Enel lost, and Deku and his crew were rewarded handsomely with gold, and they were also able to look around the island before they left. Deku also gained the Rumble fruit, and that is currently on his side. Now, whenever they got back to the ship, someone was going to do some training. However, they pointed out a stowaway whenever they were trying to use observation hockey, and they felt a presence here. And Deku, after he checked it out himself, he found Jiro, a girl who stood away on his ship trying to hide from somebody on Jaya. People were avoiding it like the plague, so she thought it was safe, not realizing she stepped on one of the most notorious pirate ships right now that might be set in the seas. This guy may not be a Yonko or a warlord, but he's definitely pretty fucking dangerous, especially because half the rumors she heard about him might be true. If even half of them are, she might be killed. But Deku, he did something quite strange. He told her quite simply, don't hide, come out and drink with his crew, and I can drop her off at the nearest island. Otherwise, she'll be thrown overboard. And Jiro, yeah, she played along. Now, we do actually have the next morning, where the ship, it is sailing through the night, or it's been sailing for a while, And right now Jiro does a wake up as she's been rocking back and forth through the night. And right now, she really doesn't feel too well. She feels crappy, weird, strange. Let her mind. Right in the room's not gonna move as her bed does a sway. Her gonna somewhat climb out of the bunk and try to think. Right now, the room does feel a little spinny, and her mouth is dry and her head is pounding. And that is just one of the few things in her mind, as currently she's to walk out of her room and stumble down the hallway. And we do actually have in the kitchen, where everyone, they're sitting down, and breakfast has already been made, and all of them are somewhat talking. And Jiro's gonna walk into the room. Her gonna look up and see Deku, Bakugo, and Momo, along with a minx kid. And that does somewhat concern her. She remembers trying to join these people last night, and she didn't see a kid or another minx on the ship. So, what's up with that? Now, Jiro does gonna walk over, as after sitting down and pouring herself a cup of coffee, she wants to at least tell Bakugo. The back of his bandages are bleeding, you know. I'll be fine. They were like that whenever I wrapped him this morning. You know, you're in bad shape. You need a doctor. I'll be fine. I've been put through the worst things. Ham's gonna pull back his shirt and tell Jiro. He said a mentor gave him this thing. And she just turn and look down at that. Her seeing the massive scar shooting across Bakugo's chest. Her a bit more alarmed. As Bakugo, he's gonna bring his own hand down and grab his cup of coffee. Him gonna take a sip, as right now he does, someone gonna turn back to Deku. And Deku, he does gonna try and fill in Jiro. Right now they're doing a few things. And they've been making a bit of a plan. He already knows what he plans to do, but she's gonna be dropped off at Alabasta when they pass by it. You're dropping me off at Alabasta? Yes, we are. Listen, we don't know too much about you, and the fact that you stowed away on my ship is already not fun enough. So, let me try and ask you this. Are you good with Alabasta? Because otherwise, you'll be stuck on the ship a lot longer. No, I don't want to go to Alabasta. Where are you guys heading to? Because he needs medical attention. The fact that he's even on his feet after How bad is that wound anyway? I was impaled. He was impaled. You guys need a doctor, seriously. Yeah, we know. I tried to treat him with what I could. We're gonna turn to Jiro. Or, Jiro gonna turn to Momo, I mean. And around Momo, does this one stare at Jiro. The girl talking about it. Is she a doctor? I'm not. But I know quite a bit of things. I've helped him and looked over his wounds. He said he has had worse, and I believe him. Besides, you try and get him off of his feet, he's gonna try and throw a punch. He's already tried before, and even putting a gun to his head won't work. You've put a gun to his head. You know who he is, right? I don't care. You're crazy. Okay, so, listen. Why do you guys have a minx in your ship? We're now Lillian gonna turn. Her jumping under the table and turning back into a cat. Her still going to look at Jiro. For talking about how she's not a minx. Uh, right. They could bring his hand up, grabbing her off of the table and putting her back down into the chair. As he'll bring his hand up and talk about it. That's another story entirely. That's a talking cat. Yeah. Oh, okay. So sorry. That just I'm a talking cat. Yep. You think that's weird? We just had to fight a guy who thought he was God. We. That was all me. Yeah, I heard about that. All I had to do was defend a floating island in the sky full of angels. You guys are serious about this. The elders are going to turn and stare directly at Jiro. And Jiro, she does a good look at all of them. Oh god, this isn't some sort of joke. Now, right now the boat is sailing along the ocean. As officers are going to walk into the room, and currently their actors are Deku. Hazel is trying to ask her how long until they might get to drum. It might be a few days. Though I think Baka will be fine. Until then, right? Nothing serious? Not from what I can tell. He should be okay, but I told him. No working out. Huh, I'll be fine. Hell, I've done push-ups with my arms broken. I'll be okay. I don't need this advice from a... From a what? Go ahead. Finish that sentence. Now, Baka does a stare at Momo. And currently Deku, he does a sip his own coffee. Him going to bring his mashed potatoes up and put them into his mouth. As you know, Deku does start chewing them before he does a swallow. Him going to set his, fork down on the plate. Him going to bring his hand up and telling Jiro. He's going to be honest. He's overheard a few rumors about his crew. A few things that happened to Mina. I mean, it's obvious where she ended up. Though Kirishima, that was also reported on. As for the other two, he doesn't know. And he does know where one of them is recently. He did make the headlines. Though he does want to know what she is doing here. Huh? Me? Yeah. Now I'll make this quite clear. You know what observation hockey is, right? I've heard of it. I mean, we what? Nothing. Okay, you're lying to us. I never lied to you. No, but you did. You said someone's chasing you. You never said who. You said people were after you. That's all you told us. Now, I'm gonna make this quite clear. Give us an answer. What exactly are you doing on my ship? Fine, fine. It'll get you off my back. I just... I... I ran off from my duties, okay? Ran off from your duties. She was gonna be a fucking Marine? I don't think it's that she was gonna be. I think that it is that she is a Marine. Wait. So this chick is with the world government, and she's on our boat. Yeah, gotta say, not a very good look. I abandoned my post, okay? Hmm. Now, Deku, he does try to read Jiro, and what she does say seems to be true. She doesn't intend to lie to him, and her emotions aren't wavering. She's not freaking out or panicking, but she does seem distressed. Though that does make sense. She's kind of surrounded by people who are legends to her, and that does concern her the most. And Deku is going to talk about it. They'll drop her off at Drum. Huh? You're going to let me go? Don't cause problems and we won't have to have a problem, will we? You... Oh, God, you're serious. Thank God. Though, they'll be after me for a while. Couldn't I just join your crew? Do you want to join our crew? You see, I already didn't trust you, now I don't even like that. Interesting. Momo's gonna lean forwards. And right now, all eyes are put on her, as Momo does gonna talk about it. She wants to hear a few reasons as to why she thinks that she should be a member on this crew. I mean, the choice is ultimately up to the captain. Though, she wants to know why the sudden change from Marine to stowaway to pirate. Huh? No, listen. It's. I just. I can't do some of the things I've heard done, okay? The things that we. I can't. Hmm? So, you're not an idiot. Yes, I'm. No? Listen, it's hard to explain, really, but I just don't. There's a lot of bad things that we've done, and I don't want to be a part of it anymore. Deku trying to read Jiro, and Jiro is a bit. Hmm. Okay, that's more interesting. Now, currently the ship is going to shake, and Deku hears a stand up since the boat was rocked. Now, Deku's gonna walk outside, and right now there actually is a cannonball is flying through the air. Deku gonna bring up his hand and turn, blasting it out of the air. As right now Deku here's a look around. A pirate ship in the distance, right now flying and sailing towards them. It coming at them with a lot of speed. And Deku's just trying to tell Asui about what to do, since he wants her to go faster. But Asui just trying to explain. She kinda can't. And right now Deku, he has a watch on, as the ship is coming right towards them. And Deku, he currently does go to look up. Him thinking about a few things, but he does want to know exactly who these people might be, since they very clearly don't know who they are. And currently Deku's gonna fly up into the air. Right now him arcing up into the sky, as the people who go to see that, they do to look up. Them a lot more alarmed. Shit. Now, currently Deku's to fall from the sky. Him making his way down and forwards as he just wants to glide. And Deku, he does get to angle himself back down. Him turning into light and smashing down into the ship. Him gonna stand up and turn. And look around. Okay. Now, they're gonna step forwards, bring his hand up, directly onto the helmsmaster, onto their shoulder. Him grabbing them by their shoulder and telling them, divert the ship. The person turning to look directly at Deku. Him bringing his finger directly up to the side of his head, telling him, in less than a second, he can scramble his brain. If he does hit the frontal lobe, he could take him out instantly, possibly kill him. Though there always is that small chance that it doesn't work. Divert the ship. Deku's going to squeeze down a bit more with his left hand, and the person they do to spin the helm as you know the entire ship just goes to turn and move away. As everyone's staying there, they do so want to look at Deku. And Deku, he does actually turn and walk over, expressing to all of them about how he's not dealing with their shit today. He'll let them know this. He's back. And they all must know who he is, right? He's gonna make himself a goddamn legend. And if all of them want to try and piss him off again, attack his fucking ship. Otherwise, he'll blow them all to Kingdom Come. Now, all of them are a person gonna run forwards and bring up a sword. Deku's still gonna stand there as the person is trying to slash down Deku. And Deku, he does his own stand there. The blade going directly through him as the person is gonna walk past. Then we're gonna turn back around and see Deku as the light is gonna reform his body. And right now Deku, his is just blitz up into the sky. Him going somewhat sit there in the sky and bring down his finger, blasting at the person as the ship does explode. And currently there is where he doesn't land back on his ship. Him somewhat going to land down by the sails. Now, Deku's gonna float down. Him landing down to the ground and talking about it. Well, quite the way to start a morning. And currently Jiro's a stand there. Deku just blew up a pirate ship like it was nothing. And that was insane. Her a bit more afraid. And Deku, here's a look up to see Jiro. As is to tell Momo. He wants her to make a mirror. You're gonna head to G2? Yeah. It should just be an hour or two that way, right? I don't know. How long have we been sailing, Asui? Few hours. Why? It may be out of range. Check. Right. Now, Momo's gonna create a mirror. Her gonna start to lean it onto the ground and go to step down into it. Her basically jumping through a portal on the floor. And Jiro's gonna turn her head a bit more confused. As Deku's a stare on at Jiro. And a few minutes later, there actually some motors that pop out of the mirror with her head. Someone explained to Deku about how she found it. Though, it's a bit weird. This might be the farthest she's probably ever leaped. Really. Other than the island in the sky, yeah. So, come on. Asui, do you think that you can drop anchor here? I can. How long should it take you guys? A bit of time. Though, maybe just slow down a bit. I can slow down, but if I don't see you guys in a few minutes, then I'll start making my way there. I'll change course for whatever large smoke we might see in the sky. And hopefully you guys return. Honestly, so I'm going to do a few things. Her throwing over from the helm, as right now their actors Deku is to walk over and fall into the mirror. And Jiro's to watch on. And we do currently have over on G2 a base not too far away from Jaya. And, well, on the way to Alabasta. There we go. Now, currently, a man does sit there smoking a cigarette. A few things on his mind. Definitely, a lot. And he needs to think about a few more things. After what happened with Mirako and the whole, well, what was it? Amazon Lily thing? She was demoted. And they needed someone to fill the space of a fucking vice admiral. Since now she's a rear admiral. So there's that. Okay, so he's happy for the promotion, happy for the pay increase, but the extra responsibility. Not fun. Though, he's lucky to be on G2. Him gonna bring a cigarette up to his mouth. Him taking a long drag as Rino Aizawa does a sit there. Him a bit annoyed. The ship is gonna head out in a few more hours. And, supposedly, they might head over to the New World. See how things are there. Try and establish their presence more over there. Since, with Whitebeard dead, they kind of have a handle on things over here, but even then, that's been spotty. I mean, he barely has any time to stop on dry land and actually have a decent fucking meal to himself. Doesn't. He's just stressed with all these responsibilities, no free time, and all this other shit. Honestly, maybe he should fucking switch to cigars. That right now knows his mind. And currently we do actually have a mirror, where Deku's a step out of it, and right now into the office of an admiral. And the admiral, or not admiral, I'd say he steps in the office of a commander, maybe? So basically someone running the base. The admirals aren't here, and that has been quite a lot. Now, Deku is a step into the man's office. The commander turning his head as Deku's to bring his own hand up. Him gonna blast the man directly in the head as a beam is to fly through it and kill the man. Deku gonna turn and walk over. Him looking at a few other things here. We're gonna turn and look at one of the snails on the desk. Deku looking at it a bit more surprised. Bringing his hand down and going to actually pick up the phone. Hello? Yes? Hi. Can you hear me? Yes, I can. Is something wrong? Yeah. Listen, I don't know your commander's name. You guys don't use name tags. Anyways, I just killed your commander, and I'm talking on his Den Den Mushi, and I'm currently sitting in his office. My name is Izuku Midoriya, and I wanted to alert you guys that I'm back. So, tell your base in about 2 minutes we're going to start blowing things up. They're going to turn, and put the phone back down. As the snail does a turn and look at Deku. It going to blink its eyes as Deku just stare at it. What? I'm going to turn. Picking up off to the desk and walking over to the window. Him gonna kick it open as Deku's gonna turn and throw it up into the air. Him gonna watch as it's gonna fly up into the air and Deku's gonna bring up his finger to aim. And we do currently have Aizawa, who doesn't hear a massive explosion as the entire base is a shake and alarms start to blare. And he does gonna do one thing he really did not want to do. He is gonna throw his cigarette down to the ground and stand up. Him gonna put out the freshly lit cigarettes. What a fucking waste. And now he has a stand up annoyed. As currently, the base is to rock and shake. And Deku, he doesn't want to stand there. Him walking around and blasting on a few things. And people can see him. They're staring at him. And right now in the distance, Asui does a turn her head and see a few things. As smoke just to bellow up from the island in the distance. Her just going to sip her coffee as she just stare on. Since he's actually attacking a marine base on his own. Okay then. Now, currently we do actually have back with Deku, who does stand there as the marines all do to step forwards, holding out their weapons and trying to yell for Deku to surrender. And Deku just stand there. Him is going to inform all of them that he really rather not. He really just came here to show that he's still around. And to spread the word. So, he's going to take his leave now. Yeah, I don't think that that's happening. A man going to step up. And Aizawa, he does a step towards Deku. As Deku's a turn towards the man. Deku going to turn and bring his hands up, expressing, yeah, no, that actually is going to happen. And right now Aizawa does a step forwards, rushing towards Deku as Deku to bring his own hand up. The marine is going to fire as Deku hears a blast out armament hockey. And right now a massive shockwave does a push Aizawa back. It smashed right into Aizawa as it does a burst out into papers. Now, Deku's a lot more alarmed. The paper's going to fly forwards towards him and reform. As right now Aizawa does a reform his body and bring up his fist. It elongating as the paper's going to wrap out around spiraled and smash him directly in the face. And Deku, he does throw himself backwards. Him feeling the hockey that was in Aizawa's fist. Now, Deku does go on the back foot. Him leaping backwards and gonna land. As he has to stand there, and Aizawa, he actually does a reel back in his arm and stare at Deku. As he does something to reshape his arm and, well, adjust it. He's not used to this shit at all. You think after all these years, though. Okay. This will be fun. Him are not gonna rush forwards. And Deku, he is to bring up his hand. Him going to do the same trick from what it looks like, as he actually does a blast out Conqueror's hockey. And I know everyone, they're a lot more alarmed. Many of the Marines in front of Deku do go to fall, But there actually is Aizawa. He actually somewhat put on the back foot. Deku gonna rush forwards as he actually has to bring up his leg, armoring it with hockey. Him throwing it outwards and kicking Aizawa. Aizawa being sent flying backwards and smashing into the wall. As Deku, here's what I think. He made his presence known. And a Logia user. Okay, so interesting. Though, might be more on base. All Might, not sure. Endeavor, maybe. Mirako, interesting. Though, avoidable. They go in a turn, and make his way back towards the mirror. But we do actually have Momo. Momo stood there, on the other side, watching all of the damage and chaos, hearing the alarms blaring and the emergency responses to everything. There is a pirate on G2, and that means quite a lot. And Momo, she thought about stepping forwards, going into the world and making some havoc. Look at her. She does her own dirty work herself. And she isn't that princess sitting in the ivory tower. She gets her hands dirty. And she enjoys the work. It's fun. It's something else. And that has been quite a lot. And right now, Momo does a step forwards through the mirror. Her right now staring into the office, as there actually is Deku, who does actually land back through the window. Momo gonna turn and stare at him, as there actually is where a Marine is gonna blast in through the door. Then gonna try and rush forward to attack Deku. And Momo actually is gonna turn. Her gonna bring up her own weapon and blast the person with a bullet. The person being shot as they're gonna fall and hit onto the ground. Momo gonna step forwards and express to them about how fun this might actually be. Her bringing back her foot and smashing down at the person's throat, as another Marine does a step forwards and bring up their weapon to Momo. Momo gonna bring up her own hand as the person they stare at her right hand that doesn't have anything in it. And right now they do is try and fire at Momo. Momo gonna create a mirror as the bullet is gonna reappear in her palm. The bullet does gonna move. Her expanding the mirror as the bullet is flying to the mirror. Momo going to, make the bullet fly back at the person, as there is where a second is to pass by. The person's staying there, and it does quite alarm them, as they do to look down, and they're bleeding. I'm going to look up, as you know, a mirror is the last thing they see, their own reflection. And Momo is to bring up her own weapon, blasting the person in the head, killing them. And Deku is to talk about it. You know, they do need to go. Her's going to turn and smile at Deku, running back over and grabbing Deku by the arm. The two making their way into the mirror as the Marines descended on the office, where the announcement was made. And that does mean quite a lot. Currently, the commander does sit there in his chair dead, and two people here are dead from wounds, and that's confusing. A lot of stuff in the office is turned over and destroyed, and it does concern them. Where the hell did that guy go? Where is he? And none of their actions is Aizawa, who he does a walk into the room, him looking around at a few things. He's not too sure where the guy went. He came to this room, and that means quite a lot. Though, not good. Now, we do actually have back on Deku's ship, where him and Momo do to pop out of a mirror in her room, and Deku does a step forwards and walk out. As right now Deku, he does have a lot going through his mind, and Momo herself was quite happy about what happened. She stepped in and helped. Though, both of those men are probably dead. She knows one of them is. If that guy on the ground was still alive, he'll report her face, and she will have been seen. Joining in on the chaos, a little bit of fun. And that does make her a bit excited. Though right now she's a bit more concerned. She stays in the background. If she does get a small bounty from this, hey, that's fun, that's nice, it's good. Though, what exactly do they get out of attacking G2? And that's still in her mind. Still trying to somewhat figure that out. She understands that word will spread, and if the crewmates are out there, they'll see it. they'll be able to find them. And right now the boat is a sail through the water. It making a stop at Alabasta to resupply and get a few things. And right now Deku, his bounty is raised. As we do cut to a few other places. We do cut to another ship, where someone they heard about what happened yesterday. And things are a lot more interesting. The Lightspeed Hitman attacked G2. He murdered a lot of people, and others were found injured. Though he managed to escape. And that right now is the government's biggest concern. A breach of security they did not expect. And it definitely caused a bit of havoc. The government is trying to rebuild. And that right now is what Momo does go to Momo. That right now is what Mina does go to read. There we go. Now, we do also at least have somewhere else. Where, right now Kirishima, he is going to hear the news. He got some information from 5.5. And that definitely was interesting to hear about. And Kirishima, he decides to start making his own move. Impel Down, the place he's been for a little over 2 years now? Probably about 2 years, right? Maybe, fuck, time does fly here. That on his mind. As currently the prison does go under new management. And while that's currently happening, we do have somewhere else, where the news was spread. And currently, someone, they do to throw open a door. Them running into the room and talking about it. About exactly what happened. And a girl's gonna turn. Her gonna walk over and bring up her hand, grabbing the paper out of the girl's hand and reading it. Since the Lightspeed Hitman, his face is plastered on the front of it. And right now, they do so with a smile. Izuku is out there and alive. He's free. And that means quite a lot. And the person does it to bring their hands up. Them going to slice out the photo and walk over. Bring it up onto a wall and going to actually stab it onto next to his bounty poster. Them wondering what might happen next. Though it will be quite intriguing. Izuku's free. Free of Amazon Lily. He's back out there. Right now, Toru gonna turn. Thinking about it. Telling Ochako they need to find him. And Ochako doesn't somewhat stand there. Her gonna nod as they need to find out where he might be. Where to set sail to. And that is a bit of cause for concern. But we do also have Todoroki, who's definitely had a lot more fun hanging out with Ace after what happened with Whitebeard. Marco, he needs some time to himself, and the guy went away. But him and Ace, they've been quite busy spitting in his own father's face and trying to get back at him for what happened. Though that is just the main problem. But Deku, finding him will do them some good. And that has been quite a lot. And a few days used to pass by. Some stuff starts to happen. Pirates set sail, and people lose contact with some locations. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.